Hello and welcome to Capital Edge's Thursday Tipline. As many of you know, there is a lot going on in the world of government contracting, and one of the things that we thought might be helpful was to start doing a more frequent update series of just helping our clients and the community get information as it's hot off the press. And what I say today may be irrelevant tomorrow, obviously based on the next injunction or preliminary injunction, or all the fun legal terms that are being floated around from a court perspective. For today, welcome. My name is Chad Braley. I'm the CEO at Capital Edge Consulting. I'm going to kind of focus on just two or three kind of hot topics here very quickly, and then we'll certainly be back because there's no shortage of updates coming on a regular basis. First and foremost, stop work orders, terminations, right? Based on a preliminary injunction from yesterday, there's a question around whether terminations prior to February 13th are actually valid or not. I think anything post February 13th is certainly going to be valid, but it kind of throws a wrench in the process of, what am I going to put in my termination settlement proposal, right? And how is that going to work? So I may be somewhat delayed in kind of putting that together. As it relates to termination settlement proposals, absolutely critical, right? We've got to set up separate charge codes. We've got to start tracking all of the costs associated with this. We've got to start working with our subcontractors, if we have any, right, to do the same. We have to understand the terms and conditions in the contract because the clauses are different, right? If we have a grant, right, we don't have contract terms and conditions for the FAR, but we have other 2 CFR 200 regulations. So very important to understand what applies, and also to remember that a lot of costs that would traditionally be indirect become direct in a termination settlement proposal, including costs of outside legal, outside consultants to kind of help prepare that and put that together for submission. So don't forget about that. If you need help, obviously, please feel free to reach out and ask questions. We're putting together, and we'll have a termination settlement proposal adequacy checklist that doesn't really exist per se, at least not that I can find, but we're going to put it out there for the community to hopefully help those of you impacted from that standpoint. Second thing, right? Frozen funds on ice, whatever we want to call it. Part of the preliminary injunction also directs these foreign aid funds in USAID to start paying invoices. It's actually expected that they're going to pay about 300 per day. That was kind of the metric that they were given. I don't know where that number came from, but I'm sure those of you who have pending invoices out there would prefer that to be 1,000 a day, so it gets caught up a lot more quickly. But that is supposed to start happening essentially ASAP, and we'll see. And that's going to for any work performed prior to February 13th. There's a number of cases out there. I'm not an attorney, so I'm not going to opine on all of those. I'm just simply stating some of the facts that are out there. While there's been all of this turmoil, and all of these executive orders and these stop work orders and these terminations and these cases, very quietly under the radar, our friends at the Defense Contract Audit Agency have quietly updated over 30 audit programs available on the website. We put some notices out on LinkedIn, but as we talk with a lot of our clients, and I know those of you who aren't clients, may be preparing for audits, make sure we understand which audit program is going to apply, because the audit program you may be planning for could have subsequently been updated. There's also some new audit programs specifically focused on things like professional and consulting costs at 31205-33, home office costs and the costs and how those are allocated down to business units and segments. There's actually a separate, pretty lengthy audit plan as it relates to that. So certainly make sure that we stay up to speed and keep aware of what's going on from that front. Lastly, as I think you may have seen from some of our posts, but the Undersecretary of Defense for Acquisition and Sustainment has basically frozen all government purchase cards at a purchase ceiling of $1. So I'm not sure what you can buy for $1 anymore these days. Maybe 3 pieces of bubble gum or 3 Tootsie Rolls at checkout. But that's going to it's like, okay, this is for efficiency, and then now how are we going to buy these things? And now we have to go put purchase orders and other agreements in place and get approvals and do all this stuff. So it actually doesn't seem to be creating inefficiency instead of efficiency. Obviously, understanding they want to watch what they're spending, but at the same time, there's still a lot of needs that buyers need to meet and access and utilize those purchase cards to do that within the Department of Defense. So those are our quick updates for now. We'll be back with you in less than a week or right around a week. Look forward to updating everyone with the hot topics of what's going on then. And until then, again, I'm Chad Braley at Capital Edge. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We'd be happy to have a discussion and see how we can help. Take care and have a good day.